All right, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving straight into the life of Srimati Rukmini Devi. It's a story that literally transitions from these thrilling, high-stakes historical myths all the way to profound spiritual philosophies that absolutely still resonate today. So imagine this. You're a princess, you're positioned for this massive, strategic, empire-building marriage, right? But instead, you decide to risk it all for devotion. Well, that single, game-changing choice sets off a chain of events that people are still celebrating thousands of years later. Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. 1. The daring royal elopement. 2. Legends of divine devotion. 3. Abodes of the queen. And finally, 4. Celebrating Srimati Rukmini. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The daring royal elopement, a high-stakes escape.
16,108. I mean, that is a staggering number of wives for Lord Krishna, at least according to the source texts. But, and this is key, those same texts establish Srimati Rukmini Devi as the principal queen of Dwarka. She is the foremost. And you know, her incredibly bold entry into his life proves exactly why she holds that top title.
Just look at this rapid-fire timeline of her elopement. It's like an ancient action movie. Her brother, Rukmini, had set up this arranged marriage to the king of Chedi, Shishupala. But Rukmini, she completely rejected it. Instead, she sends this secret message via a trusted Brahmin directly to Krishna. So when she heads to the Girija temple for her pre-wedding rituals on day 3, Krishna totally ambushes the gathering. He scoops her up and they kick off this fierce escape on his chariot, the one with the famous Garuda flag. The pursuing armies, which actually included her own brother, were entirely defeated. Krishna even shaved off Rukmini's mustache and beard just as a symbol of his ultimate victory. Seriously, what a story.
And the real centerpiece of this whole escape? It's the Rukmini Patra. This letter serves as the ultimate catalyst in our source texts. She didn't just passively ask to be saved, no. She devised the entire tactical plan for her own kidnapping. She told him exactly where and exactly when she would be vulnerable outside the palace walls. It just proves her to be this fiercely devoted, incredibly intelligent protagonist who took absolute control of her own destiny. Section 2. Legends of Divine Devotion. A look at her philosophical legacy. All right, so the crucial point of the famous Tulabhara, or the weighing scale story, is this striking visual contrast. We have Krishna's third wife, Satyabhama, trying to match Krishna's physical weight on a massive scale using literally all her royal wealth, her jewelry, her gold. But the scale wouldn't even budge. Panicked, she asks Rukmini for help. And what does Rukmini do? She simply places a single, seemingly weightless tulsi leaf on the scale, and miraculously, the entire balance shifts. It perfectly demonstrates this core lesson. Pure intention and absolute devotion are infinitely more valuable than any amount of material wealth. The texts really emphasize this Sanskrit term, Sharanagati. It's the ultimate philosophical takeaway of Rukmini's character. See, she actually fell in love with Krishna simply by hearing about his virtues from visiting sages. That's a concept known as Shravanam. Her love wasn't based on, physical attraction or some sort of material gain. It was built on pure, absolute faith and a complete surrender to the divine plan.
But of course, her story isn't without its trials. The sources detail this really fascinating legend of magical realism. When sage Durvasa visited, Krishna and Rukmini actually pulled his chariot themselves as a sign of deep respect. Naturally, Rukmini grew intensely thirsty from the effort. So Krishna pressed his toe into the earth, and boom, the Ganga River miraculously emerged right there. However, she took a sip without offering it to the sage first. Angered by this, Durvasa cursed her to live separated from Krishna. And what's wild is that this ethereal myth actually explains a tangible, physical anomaly that we still see in the real world today. Section 3. Abodes of the Queen. Real-world architecture. So because of that sage's curse we just talked about, the sources note that the beautiful Rukmini Devi temple in Dwarka sits completely isolated. It's located a couple of kilometers away from the main Dwarkadish temple, situated on this incredibly arid land with absolutely no fresh water surrounding it. It literally cements the ancient mythology right into the geography. In fact, even today, devoted pilgrims donate fresh water to the temple specifically to quench the queen's thirst. How amazing is that connection? And if you look closely at the sheer artistry of this structure, it's just breathtaking. The architectural texts highlight these specific, stunning exterior carvings made from porous sea stone. Even with all that harsh, salty coastal weather over the centuries, you can still clearly see the Gajaharas. Those are the elephants circling the base. Plus, there are these intricate carvings of young men, beautiful women, and right in the center, a four-armed depiction of Rukmini herself. Now, the sources also detail a second major temple, the Sri Vittal Rukmini Temple, down in Pandharpur, Maharashtra. The legend here goes that a lover's quarrel, sparked by Rukmini's jealousy over the time Krishna spent with his other devotees, actually led her to leave Dwarka. Krishna, of course, followed her all the way to Maharashtra to pacify her. While there, they blessed their deeply devoted servant, Pundalik, and agreed to remain standing together on a simple brick. It's a really beautiful story that shows her widespread geographic and cultural influence across the region. Section 4. Celebrating Srimati Rukmini. Enduring traditions. Her legacy is very much alive and well today. Take this annual festival, Rukmini Dvadashi. It's detailed in the calendar sources as her Holy Appearance Day. It's this very specific, special time for devotees to offer flowers, read from the ancient texts, and really reflect on those ultimate lessons of pure devotion and Sharanagati that we discussed earlier. 1,000. This staggering number represents the individual names and virtues dedicated to her in the Sri Rukmini Sahasranama Stotram. It's a massive, truly beautiful ancient chant derived from the Skanda Purana. Devotees still recite these 1,000 names to invoke her unique qualities of wisdom, beauty, and just her unwavering dedication. And if you really want to understand the enduring power of her story, just look at this incredibly poetic detail from the sources. The Rukmini Patra, yes, that exact same letter that sparked her daring, chariot-escaping elopement, is still read aloud to Lord Krishna every single day at the main Dwarkadish temple before the deity is put to sleep. Talk about a vibrant living tradition, right? This powerful sentiment comes directly from that secret letter. In the texts, she famously refers to otherworldly, politically motivated suitors as mere living corpses when compared to the eternal nature of the divine. Wow! This quote perfectly encapsulates her legacy. She had the profound insight to choose eternal spiritual truth over immense worldly pressures and expectations. As we wrap up this explainer of the source material, I want to leave you with a lingering thought inspired by Srimati Rukmini Devi's extraordinary legacy. Whether you view her through the lens of ancient mythology, architectural history, or deep spiritual philosophy, her story asks us all a really profound question. When the scales of your own life are balanced, what truly holds weight, material wealth or pure intention? Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating topic with me.